I want to bring in Manisha Priyam, and I do quite agree with what Pradeep Gupta said, Manisha Priyam, because it'll come down to caste. Most of the caste groups are tied. One needs to look at what maybe Prashant Kishore is taking away. From who is he taking away? Is it the upper caste youth vote? What I would closely watch, like Pradeep Gupta said, will be the Malla vote and the Dalit non-Jatav vote. We have gone into many of the non-Jatav bastis, Pradeep Gupta, and there is a sense of fear. There is a sense of a fear of jungle Raj there, because this was a persecuted community, and they do feel that if they decide to go the Mahagathbandhan way, they are very scared of the Yadavs coming back to power. It's something that you hear resonate on ground in the non-Jatav villages. The Mallas this time split, especially after that political dip of Rahul Gandhi. That seems to have, at least helped in the optics of it all. But Manisha Priyam, your 2 bits, your 2 cents, ma'am, coming in a little late to you on how you look at Bihar. You come from Bihar, going into first phase. What are your X factors?
Okay, thanks so much, and just give me 2 moments. I'll talk about the woman vote, but first the politics of it all. And I do tend to agree with Pradeep Gupta and your assessment of it, but I will say it's a far more nuanced Bihari election than any I have seen before. And I think in the first phase itself, it's not even caste, it's jati that matters. Remember all the tail-end coalitions that the NDA has put together, far more than any narrative that Rajat Sethi is talking about. They have been very important for the NDA. They remember very much that in the Lok Sabha elections, it was the Magadh Shahabad region where the NDA performed very poorly. So this time around, even in a place like Nevada, where the sitting member of parliament, Vivek Thakur, leads in his assembly constituencies, he's taken away an important Yadav leader, Rajshekhar Yadav, and his wife Veena Devi, but they've also found a Kanu candidate. Now Kanu is the caste that Sudhama Prasad, the CPIML MP who defeated RK Singh, comes from. So far more than just the Thakur. Remember, Biharis don't know Thakur as a caste. We talk about Rajputs. Now far more than the Rajputs or the Bhumihars, I think the tail end coalitions of the NDA, whether it be with Jitan Ram Manjhi ji, whether it be with Upendra Kushwaha ji, who doesn't win his own elections, but these matter very much, somewhat Chirag Paswan, but these matter very much for the NDA, and the NDA has been very careful to nurse each of these, including Nitish Kumar. Remember, if these were not important, why would a party that wants to build its pitch on Jungle Raj place its heaviest bets on somebody like Anant Kumar? And you saw him play out his Chote Sarkar irrespective of what was happening in the Home Ministry and the Prime Minister-led campaign. He played his own games. Now, I want to add here that the smaller votes are so important, Preeti, and allow me to make this point, that Dular Chand Yadav was actually stitching up a coalition between the Dhanuks and the Yadavs. The castes that you are saying are not very good. The Dhanuks are agricultural laborers who actually collect and gather the grains that fall behind when you are weighing the grains. So the poorest of the poor, the most marginalized, matter the most for the Magadh Shahabad belt, and we are looking at local revolutions, not just seat by seat. Anand Singh will have an influence on many more. Remember also the Bahubalis are having a hell of a time from both sides. There's Munna Shukla's daughter. There's also Anand Mohan, under discussed. There's also Ritlal Yadav. But I would also want to add just a line to the youth votes. Remember, the youth vote, more than the woman vote, the youth is a class today, and that is because the poorest Bihari youth is looking for a toehold into a bharti, a sarkari naukri. The only way out from agricultural distress
this show,
is for even one member of
we
the
had
family
too little time in this particular show. And you're right, Dr. Manisha Priyam. Magadh could be a swing region there. 2020 out of 26, the Mahagathbandhan had swept 20, 3 each to HAM, and the BJP, the JDU was wiped out. This time around, the focus on Magadh as well as, and I think something that Amitabh Tiwari will also agree with, Kosi, Madhubani, where I was, and Darbhanga, these regions and these districts and the Magadh region could actually decide the vote as well if we are going away from the caste dynamics. I'd like to give in just the last 2 minutes to each and just one line. Rajdeep, one X factor that you're looking at. What is that one X factor?
Cash, cash and more cash. in all these talks that I've been hearing about caste combinations, when you give 10,000 rupees to 75 lakh women couple of weeks before the election and then right through the election campaign, it's a managed democracy. All of you are giving all these analysis, seat by seat, hyper-local election. Trust me, as we've seen, Jagan Reddy was an exception. And Jagan Reddy was an exception.
But Rajdeep, are you actually saying that women who have never voted for the NDA, a Yadav woman today will come out, a Muslim woman, a Yadav woman today will come out and vote the NDA? Because that's a constituency that's already converted for the NDA. Do you think they'll get that vote from the Yadav or the Muslim women?
Every election since Nitish Kumar, 2010, 2015, 2020. Look at all the three elections. Sizable lead among women for Nitish Kumar. This is not a one-off. The cash transfers is a topping. It is topping what already exists on the ground. My belief is that woman vote is far more entrenched than any other vote bank at the moment in Bihar. And therefore, I believe
so the
that
women
because
vote will
you've
only
given that cash transfer at just the right time,
so
and
more
the
votes will
election
be added there. One quick line. Pradeep Gupta, do you agree with Rajdeep's analysis?
No, I
and who has
still
the edge, Pradeep Gupta? Very quickly, sir.
I do not have that answer, but whoever has the edge among the 16% Dalit, within Dalits plus Malla 4%, these 20%, whoever has the edge is the winner.
I agree, sir. I agree, sir, because I feel the constituency of women is already converted. They're already voting for Nitish Kumar.
Mr. Pradeep Gupta.
Let me bring in Yashwant then. Yashwant, you agree women vote.
Rajdeep, I will give you one more. Aam Aadmi Party lost the election in Delhi. Women voted more in favor of Aam Aadmi Party, apart from the Jagan Mohan Reddy.
Small state. Do not compare a small state to a large state like Bihar.
Okay, Rajdeep, I need to close this show. Yashwant, do you want to come and broker some peace in this? Very quickly, sir, 20 seconds.
I refuse to believe that women cannot go caste agnostic. Women cannot leave the caste and women cannot go beyond what their families say. I refuse to believe that. And more so in Bihar, I mean, things are changing. We have seen at least 3 major elections in this country in the last 1 year where women have gone beyond the caste and religious lines. Otherwise, those kind of mandates were impossible to handle.
Okay, but do we sometimes treat women as a monolith vote bank? Because women, especially in Bihar, is not a monolith. There are multiple layers to it. Maria will agree, I'm sure. But alas, we've reached the end of this show. But this is something we'll pick up again tomorrow. It was an interesting conversation, especially for our viewers. Once again, it's curtains down on campaigning for the first phase. 121 seats. Go to vote come the 6th of November. For now, for the first phase, it's over to the voters. Thank you for joining us.